Hi, I hope that you are having a great evening. It is Sunday, Father's Day. Hard day for many people out there, myself included. But I hope that you are all doing as best as you can and that you are safe as you can be. And if you are going through really hard times, I pray for your safety and that you'll find your way out and your healing. So, my last video, we left off at my father had just left my mother. I'm 5 years old, and my mother is blaming me for the entire divorce, calling me a stupid, fat, ugly child, telling me that that's why my father left. And if you go look at my short, I posted pictures of me as a child. I was not fat, nor was I ugly. But anyway, sorry, got it. I'm working on some resin as I'm talking, so I'm carrying an object right now. But anyway, my resin helps me with my anxiety, and it helps me put the darkness that's inside of me into something beautiful, and it makes me happy. And I'll get more into that later. But anyway, so okay, my I remember the day very clearly. I remember my mom was screaming at my dad as usual, threatening to kill him, and he just said, "I can't take this anymore. I cannot do this anymore." And she was like, "What? What can't you do anymore? What?" And she's like chasing him out the door, like, "What? Where are you going? Wait, you come back here. Don't you think you can come back here?" So anyway, my dad leaves. He came back to get a bag of his stuff. I believe a police officer was with him, so my mother couldn't attack him. He didn't really say anything to me or my brother. He just, he went and got his bag. He then, we were told to go outside. So I was sitting on my swing set. It was a very hot summer day. And my dad did come to the side gate, and he said to me, I'm going to be leaving, and I will come back to get you at some point so you can come visit me," or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was. I was very confused. And I was like, "Well, if you're going away, I'll go with you." Because I'm 5 years old, and I want desperately to be daddy's girl, and I never was. Like, my dad really preferred my brother over than me. But anyway, I just desperately wanted to be with my father. I did not want to stay with my mom. But I didn't quite understand that he was leaving for good. I just thought he was just leaving to go to the store or something. I don't really know. Anyway, I remember following him to his truck, which he had parked on the side of the street. And as I was getting ready to get in, he locked the door. And I'm like, "Dad, let me in. I want to go with you." And he's just shaking his head at me, like, you can't go, basically. Like, he's just shaking his head at me, like, and he's pointing to go back to the backyard to go play. And he starts the car, and I'm like pulling on the handle, like, frantically, like, I want to go, like, let me go with you. And he shoos me away from the car, and he slowly steps on the gas to move the car, so it's not to like if I'm holding on, to not go make me go with him. And I I wasn't holding on to the handle. So he noticed I wasn't holding on and he accelerated and he just started driving away. I literally chased him for a block and a half as I just watched his car get further, or his truck get further and further away. And I am running as fast as I can. My legs are burning. I'm running so fast. I'm crying hysterically. I'm screaming, Daddy, come back. Come back. Take me with you. Why can't I go with you? Where are you going? Of course, he can't hear me. I don't even know if he can see me at this point. I have no idea if he looked in his rearview mirror. I have no idea if he even bothered to look to see if I had gone into the backyard. But if he would have looked in the mirror, he would have seen a crying little girl chasing his truck. But anyway, when he turned out of sight, I stopped running. I fell to the ground and I sat there and I just sobbed. I sobbed so hard I ended up throwing up. And I remember after a little bit I picked myself up and I slowly walked back to the house. And as soon as I got to the gate to see in the backyard, I saw my mom standing on the stairs, glaring at me. And I was like, why is she mad at me? Like, what did I do? And she starts screaming at me. She's like, you're the reason he's gone. You're the reason he left. He left because you're a fat, ugly, stupid little girl and he couldn't stand you. And I hate you. And I wish you were dead. And I just start crying again. And I'm just like, what is going on? Like, I'm 5 years old. My dad just left. My mother's screaming at me that my dad left because of me. And she's saying she hates me and she wished I was dead. And she wants me to run away and go play in traffic. And she hopes I get kidnapped. And this wasn't all said in the same day. This would all be said daily for the next year or two. Every day I would be blamed for my dad leaving. Every day it was because I was a fat, ugly, stupid child. Every day it was because of this or that or the other thing, but it was always my fault. Couldn't be that she beat him. Couldn't be that she chased him with knives. Couldn't be that she was always threatening to kill him. Couldn't be any of those factors. No. 5-year-old little girl, you know. Anyway, I remember she went into the house and I had to go into the house because I needed to come in for the night because, I mean, it was getting time for dinner and although I was not hungry, I wanted to go up to my room. And I went into the house, and unfortunately I had to pass the living room where she was sitting at this table, obviously, but in the dining room of our house, which I know in my last video I said living room, I meant dining room. But anyway, so I had to pass her, and she just looked like she wanted to just jump out of the chair and kill me. Like, I don't really know what stopped her from actually doing it, because she tried to kill me a few times later on, which we'll get to that later. But anyway, I just remember walking past her as fast as I could, and she just, I hate you. I hate you so much. I wish you were never born. You know, your father doesn't even love you. That's why he left you. He couldn't even take you with him because he hates you so much. And I run up to my room and I cry again so hard I end up throwing up all over my bed, all over the floor. I'm crying so hard I'm throwing up everywhere. I'm 5. I don't know how to clean it up. So I pretty much find a spot on my bed where it's not puked on, and I curl up into the smallest little ball I can manage, pull my blanket over my head, and cry myself till I sleep or fall asleep. The next day, I ended up going down for breakfast, and my mom wouldn't talk to me, and like, I don't remember a whole lot more of that day. I just know that she wouldn't talk to me for a little bit, and then I wish that she would have stayed quiet, because then she started back up with the "I hate you, hey, why don't you go outside and go get hit by a car, you know, do me a favor, go play in the street and get hit by a car, or why don't you go and try to get yourself kidnapped, like go put your bathing suit on and walk out, go outside and walk around and see if somebody come that kidnaps you." Because we were always told we're not allowed to wear our swimsuits outside of like a pool, and if we, had to walk from point A to point B, we had to like have a towel around us, or whatever. So we wore our clothes, like we weren't allowed to just walk around in our bathing suits. But she wanted me to put my bathing suit on and go play in the yard, or not in the yard, out in the street. Basically, she wanted me to play like in the street or at the street, so I'd be an easy target for somebody to come get me. Of course, I didn't do that, but anyway, so let me think, what else can I go with this? I do have a brother. He really wasn't, like, I don't recall her doing much in the way of abuse towards him during this time. I'm sure she did in her own way, but I don't really recall her really doing anything with him, because I mean, he was also her prized child. Like, for some reason my brother was the golden child. I think it was because when he was born, he was very, very early, so they didn't think that he was going to live. And a second, sorry, my nose was running from crying. Anyway, I think it's because he almost died when he was born, so I think that just made them automatically love him and care for him more. So I don't really know, but I know that around 7, my stepdad started, or who would become my stepdad, started coming around, and that is where I'm going to leave this segment, because that is going to get into much more abuse, and this is where the torture and the torment and the pretty bad stuff's gonna come in. So I'm going to let you go for now, and I hope that you stay safe, and tune in for my next I don't know, what these vlogs, stories, whatever. I don't know when I'm gonna post again. I'll try tomorrow, but it might not be for a couple days. But I will be back. So leave a comment below if you have any questions. And I hope that you guys stay safe and have a good rest of the day. And if you have a good father, tell them that you love them, and let them know that, just let them know that you love them. I don't know. Anyway, sorry. I'm still very new to this. So I'll get better. I promise. Okay. All right. Love you guys. Bye.